Peace, my beautiful people. Balance. The divine return of the black woman, the divine return of the masculine black man, all must come. But they will come when we realize the value of one another. And it'll come when we realize I am you and you are me. We have to value and love each other as much as we love ourselves. If we truly love ourselves, the return of being feminine and the return of being masculine will happen very, very naturally. Peace and love.
I am here today to make a declaration on behalf of the rise and return of the sacred divine feminine woman. I'm here in downtown Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. We are in the location that is of key importance to America and American history because of the rich history that it possesses. It is time to give birth to a new way of life. This is the time of enlightenment where we have to rise up. Over here we have the Independence Hall, which is where the Declaration of Independence was signed. This is where they declared their man-made laws upon society, which goes against the matriarchal law, which is a law where us, the women, we are the lawgivers and the men are the enforcers of law in our ancient society. This being the rise of the sacred divine feminine woman. The woman will create a new world nurturing with love and care, and we have to restore the balance in the midst of a chaotic matrix, the illusion. People have been given the illusion of freedom, where they aspire and wish to be everything that is not real. They aspire to follow the way of the wicked. Our dignity has been stripped away so many times that we've become confused. ourselves and our power and our capabilities, and how we are able to heal and to bring back together and to raise up gods and goddesses, because that's who we are by our divine nature.
Peace and endless love to you all. My name is Queen Peace, the author of Capitalistic Enslavement. I'm here to talk to you guys today about what capitalistic enslavement is, how it affects me, how it affects you, how it affects the Black nation, how it affects our progression, how it has affected our past. I'm also here to talk to you guys about the return of the sacred divine Black woman. I'm here to talk to you guys about the sacred return of the divine masculine Black man. I'm here to talk to you guys about empowerment and how we maintain our empowerment. First and foremost, capitalistic enslavement is the reason that we as Black people are in the condition that we are in. It's the reason that we are impoverished. It's the reason that we are segregated from one another. And when I say segregated from one another, I mean it's the reason that Black men and Black women have a divide. It's the reason that we were even brought to the Americas. We don't see continuous progression of Black people. It's the reason that our oppression is still here 400 plus years after enslavement. The return of the sacred divine Black woman is simple. The return of the sacred divine woman is going to encompass understanding and realizing we can't do it on our own, and we're not meant to do it on our own. The femininity and return of the sacred divine woman encompasses realizing we aren't strong Black women. We aren't independent. We aren't big and bad. We aren't macho. We can't do it all. Femininity and the return of the sacred divine woman encompasses realizing we need a helping hand and we need our brother. We need our father. We need our husbands. We need our kings. We need our cousins. We need our men. The femininity and the return of the sacred divine woman encompasses realizing we cannot do it without our opposite. We coexist, and that's balance. Balance is coexisting as one. The femininity and the return of the sacred divine Black woman comes when we realize that I cannot be I without you, and you cannot be you without me. The Black woman's been hurt, the Black man's been hurt. It's been designed that we've been hurt. Designed that we have some type of tension and anger and resentment against each other. Two people, the Black woman, the leader, and if you have the Black man, the enforcer, who aren't united, you have the perfect way to come in and tell the one person one thing and the other person another thing. We have to move past that. The sacred return of the divine masculine Black man is going to come when the Black man realizes that the Black woman is his queen. She's his rock, his nurturer, his home, his heart, his health, his sanity, his peace.
Both are God. Remember in the last question and answer session, I held up this symbol, the symbol of the circle. You understand? By breaking it apart, you have man and woman, male, female. When they come together, they make up the Most High in flesh. There's no such thing as a Black woman is God or a goddess, right? And the Black man is something that is lower than her. And not the black man is the Most High and the black woman is below the man. It's nothing like that. We are two halves of the same thing. We come together, we make the circle, which is the symbol of eternity, the symbol of what we call Modimo, the Most High. Demo means above, beyond. Okay? So both are deity, both come together to make up one thing. So that should throw out all the arguments on who is God, the black woman, the black man. I know a lot of people use the concepts of the woman, because she gives birth to the male and female, then she is the Most High, she's God. But life does not start at birth. We predate birth. We are eternal people. We were already in existence in the eternal world, in the mental world, or the spiritual world, or whatever you want to call it, because our higher selves, or the first self, reincarnates over and over again. It's a continuation. But many of you, your higher self was a different person in the previous lifetime, and before that, and before that. And this lineage does not follow a bloodline. So you will continue on and on and on to incarnate. So each time that you perspire, or you transform, or make transition, should I say, of what they falsely call death, you are still alive, but in a different form. So the woman gives, she gives the avenue for us to come into the physical world through her womb. And that's why the womb is sacred. It does not mean that life starts at that point, right? So the body is like a temple, it's a shell. And we use that womb to come into this shell to do what we have to do within this particular experience, to conquer whatever we need to conquer in this physical world, or what have you. But life does not necessarily start with the woman as far as existence, should I say. But the life of the physical world starts. And that's what makes birth sacred, and how the woman plays into that. But man is also sacred in that which he does in the physical world as well, being a leader, being a teacher, being a provider, being a friend, being all of the above. If you really look at the characteristics of a woman, you can actually see in a reflective way the characteristics of a man. You can see the divinity that he holds as well. Because a woman is incomplete without a man, and a man is incomplete without a woman. We need each other. You understand? As far as having more than one wife goes, the focus should actually be on self-development. A lot of the brothers are not spiritually mature, they're not emotionally mature enough, and they're not mentally mature enough to have two women. Let alone, some of them are not even ready to have even one woman. So you have to get it together. You have to be able to take care of the woman. You have to be able to also be able to take care of a child if a child were to come in the picture. So it's really nothing to play with. You're playing with different souls. You're playing with people's destiny. So the best thing to do is focus on developing yourself first. Then think about going to get one woman. It's a whole other story when you're talking about two women. You understand? But the goal is not two women. If you only have one woman, it does not mean that you're less than a brother that has two women. I'm going to say it again. If you only have one woman, you're not less than a brother that has two women. It's not what it's about. It's not a head count, you know. And I hope that answers the question.
I don't want to call the shots. I want to support my man. I want to have a balance, but I want to have a voice too. And we have what we have as a gift to the world too, and it doesn't mean it's better than you or we're lesser than you. Because sometimes you hear people say the black man is God or the black woman is God, and my friend was like, the black woman is God, but well, where does that leave me? I was like, well, we're the same. We're humanity, so it means male and female. No more fighting between ourselves. We don't need that. We're trying to find balance, you know. I was like, yeah, it's got to be something that maybe sounds insurmountable, but believe me, if you focus on it and want it, the universe is going to bring those things together to make it happen, and you're going to be able to wrap your mind around it. And sometimes you just have to let the universe handle the details, and you either think of the end result, or you see yourself already there, and you just, I want to receive it now. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I know what's going to happen, and this is my dream. And it's big, and it might sound impossible to you, but it can happen, you know? So, yeah, we got to dream big. We got to dream big. And I'm a grandmother now, and that is such a lofty state to me, because as I was sitting down, I realized that I'm in a position to switch on some genes for my bloodline. I can actually switch on their prosperity genes right now. I can just switch on some dreams, some genes for them, because the blood is common. And so I have to be at an upful state most time. I can't let my words make me fall into a pit, because I'm going to have challenges. I'm going to have things that might seem insurmountable, but my words always have to be, I'm the overcoming woman. I don't know if that's in the Bible, but I'm an overcoming woman.
That's all that matters.
Right? I'm an overcoming woman, so the positivity will take root. And, the seeds will take root and sprout. So that positive message, and you don't know how that positive message is going to fall on someone else. It might be just what they need. It might be the spark. It might be the light from your candle that lights their candle that you share with them, So, wow, it's like being a grandmother is such a beautiful state of grace, that I have to make myself worthy of that every day by keeping myself healthy, because not only am I moving forward, but I'm moving backward in time, because it's basically the same thing. Right. So I'm affecting the bloodline moving forward and backward, right. Even if I tell my children and my grandchildren and they don't listen, but because I do it by demonstration, they're going to get it, right. Because monkey see, monkey do. It's like, it's not monkey do what I say. It's like, we're going to watch you by, demonstration, Mom. We're going to watch you. And this is you. And I seen something on TV, or I read something in the book that reminded me of you. So they make me feel honored when I came. My granddaughter, she wants to sleep on the couch next to me. And she was doing, like, jumping jacks in front of me last night. I was like, I could do some stretching. I'm not going to do jumping jacks at night. So this morning, before she went to school, we did some stretching. And I kissed my knee, went all the way down, and went all the way back like this, and went all the way in front. We had our legs open. And then I taught her some tapping, because I know they have to go to school. And they're going into a whole other environment that bombards them with a whole lot of stuff. They're taking their electronics to school. They got what they see from TV, might be an element of bullying. They're in an environment where they have to really be strong enough in their own being to, like, shield it, to shield themselves. So this was showing her some tapping that will bring up her heart rate and balance. And we did some cross crawls, and one of the things I discovered, that our monthly menses, or our monthly period, means that you're flowering. People may say that it's unnatural because of our diet, our blood is too heavy, it's this and that, but right now, most of us are bleeders. So we have to know that blood can be made sacred if we give it back to the earth with certain prayers. When you're on your period, a couple drops of blood to the earth, you give it back with a sacred prayer. You may wrap yourself in a wide fabric or a skirt, and you just squat, and you go somewhere private where no one can see it, and you say a sincere prayer to the earth that
you want a peaceful earth, and that this blood that you give back willingly is not a violent blood that you had to kill somebody for. It's not an aborted blood. It's blood that could have nourished a child, or the clot that turned into a child was sloughed off that month because the egg was not fertilized. That's sacred, so that can go back to the earth. And when you pour it back to the earth willingly with a sincere prayer, that prayer is answered, because it's a synergistic communication, because the earth knows your name and know why you came, so you give it back. That's a beautiful thing.
Walking over to the Washington Monument. It's time that people remember their history, remember who they are. I just want to take a moment to honor all things sacred. To honor my ancestors and my elders and everyone who is here with me, who is able to teach me and show me, and to lead me. People are leading me. There's only two ways that you can go in life. Either the right way or the wrong way. And nobody is perfect. People pretend. People pretend very, very well. A lot of things outside of us tend to distract us from who we truly are. And it tends to continue to break us down and pull us back from our origin and our roots, so that we continue to forget. They want us to continue to forget ourselves and not connect to ourselves and be one with ourselves. To be whole and complete and connected to nature, deeply connected to nature. Cherish life, honor virtue. We must be calm, and we cannot continue to go on and fight angrily. That is not the solution to the problem. It is not. We cannot continue to fight fire with fuel, because, well, when you throw fuel on fire, it grows. And it gets worse, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. Just like us. When I take a look back into history, I pay attention to the way that our people wanted to stand up. But instead of walking with great caliber, gratitude, and dignity, we stoop down to their level, which only makes us not much better than they are. This is the restoration of the sacred divine feminine, the goddess who knows herself. Because you You have to know who you are. You have to love yourself first. You must remember that you are the value and you are worthy.
Talking about matriarchal societies, people think that the women were running things, but that isn't what the matriarchal society meant. The matriarchal society only meant where who took over, where the family dynamics went after the matriarch passed away. And so once the matriarch in the family passed away, then everything then went to the matriarch's brother's family, and so then the matriarch's brothers and his children, and so that female then would then become the matriarch of the family, and then it would pass through that matriarch, so through that female. So it didn't really mean that women were running things. It was always a where everybody was working together. Yes, balance. Yes, definite balance. The women had their roles, the men had their roles. Didn't necessarily mean that they didn't cross. Women, of course, were always usually in charge of the family and raising the children. They also played part in the cooking and planting of the foods and stuff, but still the men had a very, very large component in that. So now when you start introducing these Europeans into these societies, they mix things up. They mix the roles up. They did what they could to just throw those societies into chaos. So that people wouldn't know what their roles were, and changing the dynamics of just the family dynamics, where they were changing the role from the matriarchal societies, making them patriarchal, making the men more important. And so when the Europeans came in, they saw how our societies were, so they saw an opening to break them up. And so what did they do? They married the women and groomed the sons to their European societies. And it just went downhill from there. I am a teacher, I'm an educator, but I'm always wondering, where do I begin? Do I begin with telling this story? Do I tell the story that the indigenous people were dark-skinned, and people need to know that fact? But they also need to know what happened to these societies. They need to know that when they ran into these chiefdoms, what were the things that happened in the chiefdoms? Who were the people that they were bringing in? What parts did they play? These conquistadors, how did they earn these titles, and why do we call them explorers when in Spain and Portugal they were not called explorers? They were they were soldiers, and they were your generals, and so these were elite soldiers that we're calling explorers, but that is not what they were. They were there to conquer and to conquer the land and to conquer the people.
The balance is definitely the key aspect of the missing part from my perspective. You know, I mean, I guess, you know, that's why I try to work with my mom so much. I work with my mom through a nonprofit, and I really try to push her and make sure that her agenda and her ideas is a part of the creation process. From my perspective, you know, there is no need to fear women at all. It's actually is a necessity for us to start to heavily include them in the decision-making process, even possibly allowing them to supersede, you know, I mean, our perspective sometimes, because without it, it's just one-sided. It's not a balance. It's not that equal level of energy being shared throughout our community. We should actually welcome that, because that's the thing that has been missing. You know what I mean? How can we be afraid of, you know what I mean, a human being, you know what I mean, even more than us, you know what I mean, a woman bringing to the table, you know what I mean, compassion, love, you know what I mean, a sense of family, you know what I mean, belonging, you know, cultivation, you know, without them, there is no next generation. So even beyond that, the ability to give them a proper place will just increase the potential of the next generation. You know, if you elevate the women to a level where they are comfortable, they feel secure, you know what I mean, they feel intelligent, they feel necessary and needed, you know what I mean, they feel like they have value and worth, that's just going to be, that's just going to be transferred to the next generation, you know what I mean, through the birth of the next generation. So all of those positive feelings and emotions and that positive lifestyle, just the environment, the social dynamics, if we would be able to have that be an integral part of just life and growth as a culture, as a society, then the next generation is going to have even more strength. You know what I mean? They're going to have a greater ability to comprehend, to be able to work with this new age, you know, all these new energies that's being transferred into our universe, you know, so.
The journey is within you. Within you is where the true journey begins, you know. Within you is where everything of the greatest value is held. It's where your heart, your mind, and your soul is at. You know, it's where your internal magic and your own internal power and your dreams are at. Going within allows you to connect. It allows you to constantly align with your higher self. It allows you to align with higher thoughts and your ancestral memory, and it allows you to align with the connection to all things and your own self-awareness. We need our culture. Culture influences the world. We need people who lead by an example. You know, that is how we are able to learn and grow and gain the guidance that we need in order to move throughout life. The richness of life comes from sharing and togetherness, and that's what the purpose of culture is. We should be able to uplift, to empower, and to inspire one another. You know, the youth and the elders, we all need each other. Our culture is what ultimately helps to shape our view of the world and our perspective of the world. It shapes our values and, you know, how we treat each other collectively and individually. We have forgotten our divine and sacred ways of life. We have to bring back the sacred remembrance of our way of life and the natural and divine order of things. You know, we've always lived in peace and harmony with all things. We've always lived in peace and harmony with the natural world. In our ancient civilizations and societies, you know, the men and women were already equals. We walk beside one another. We have admiration, honor, and respect for each other because we know that we come from the same source, which is the source of the all. So that is one mind and one nation. We both add a divine value and essence to life, and both of us are equally needed in order for us to sustain and thrive in the world. Women are the mothers of humanity. We are the mothers of the universe. You know, we are the portals of life and creation. We are the first nurturers, the first teachers, and the first guiders. The womb is sacred. We have a sacred energetic connection within us. And when we learn to connect to that sacred energy inside of us, then it brings us closer to our femininity at its core. There is a healing power in togetherness. And when we come together, we have the power to eliminate fear. The fear of living, the fear of just experiencing life and creating joyous and enriching experiences together. If we bring back the sacred principles that will lead us to living a life of peace and joy, you know, that of reciprocity and balance, compassion and harmony and order, we will be able to restore the way that our world flows. We will be able to restore the heart of humanity. What do we have to contribute to our communities and our societies that will help to positively impact the environment and the development of our culture and our future? It's not about the separation of humanity. It's about us realizing and remembering the sacred connection that we all have with each other and that we have with our world vibrationally. We should always remember to travel as light as a feather.